guys, it's Mandy from MandyleePlays, and in this video, I'm going to tell you what I would love to see in Breath of the Wild 2, or whatever the name is that they come up with in the future. So with all that being said, let's get on to the video. Breath of the Wild 2. Now, it has some big shoes to fill because, as you guys know, Breath of the Wild is a big game. It was just groundbreaking. So the sequel, quite like Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, have to be on par to be kind of like a good trilogy, I guess, if you count Hyrule Warriors, which I don't, but that's a different story. Anyways, so with that, I would like to say the aesthetics are probably gonna stay the same, and not gonna lie, I would want them to stay the same. If they changed the graphics of the game or something like that, it would just look weird and not very good. So I feel like they're gonna have to stick to aesthetics. But as far as we know, all we got was a teaser trailer a while ago, and from there we haven't heard a peep. So there's a lot of speculations and rumors and kind of stuff, but this is not about that. This is just what I would love to see. So a majority of the stuff probably won't make it into the game, but it's fun just to kind of speculate and hope anyways. So I'm gonna start with the story. I would love the story to be more prominent in Breath of the Wild 2 than in the previous game, because you know, Breath of the Wild with the whole roaming free and stuff kind of fit the purpose of that game. But Breath of the Wild 2, I kind of wanted to have a more story intensive experience. And like I said, like, you guys have Breath of the Wild, now it's time for the story's turn to kind of come into play, because while Breath of the Wild had a lot of good going in it, the story was lackluster and not really something memorable. A lot of people just skip it. So I would love a focus on the story more, and give other characters too a role. Now, a lot of people are saying maybe Zelda is playable, which I would love that to be the case, but knowing the series, I don't think that would be the case. If anything, she'll probably be like a helper character to Link, kind of like they did in Phantom Hourglass. So that would be cool, and it would be nice to see the dynamic between Zelda and Link more. But as for Zelda being playable, I highly doubt it. Like, I highly doubt it. Though I still think she's gonna play a big role in the game, just as she did in the first game. And I don't know if I'm alone with this, but since, you know, Breath of the Wild took after the calamity and everything's ruined and stuff, well, most stuff is ruined, I would love to see a kind of mini game, sort of say, to restore old Hyrule back. Now, if you guys have played Xenoblade Chronicles, or even restoring the little town in Breath of the Wild, you'll kind of know what I mean. A building mechanic to help build the settlements back from the ruins of Breath of the Wild. Maybe collect items and give them to NPCs, and then they start building it, and then towards the end of the game you have a full bustling Hyrule city town going on. It'll be kind of cool because you're actually playing a role in restoring what Calamity Ganon did, and from a story perspective, that would be very nice, and it will feel like we're finally putting a close to this whole Calamity thing. Now, some people might say, like, I don't want to worry about a stupid town, but I feel like having at least an optional thing for it, or maybe like if you do it and 100% it, you get like this trophy or something, kind of like they did with the Korok seeds, but less painful. So I don't know, maybe that's just me. And something else I would love to see is better side quests and better side characters. Like, I love Impa, but all she did was sit. Well, granted, she was old, but I feel like other NPCs and other characters. Also, I would love to see more of the descendants of the champions. What are they doing? How are they trying to fix Hyrule? Stuff like that would be nice to know, and what role they'll be playing in the story. Now, as for the villain, I don't know if it's that mummy in the basement or that freaky hand stuff, but I feel like that's more in the story department. Like, I don't even know where they're gonna go with that. it's gonna have to be Ganon or Ganondorf. I mean, yeah, he's big baddie in all the Zelda games, but I kind of wish it was a new villain, a fresh new villain, or maybe several villains. Like Garahim from Skyward Sword, he was a good villain. I want something like that. Tongue action. Freaky villains I love, so... I mean, Ganon and Ganondorf, yeah, they're villains, but they're kind of like the stereotypical bad. They don't really have any depth into them. So I would love to see maybe Ganon or Ganondorf, whoever, get a backstory, because like that would be nice to know. And it would put their motivations into perspective, even if it's stupid. Kind of like what they did in Wind Waker. Like the Ganondorf in that era was more calm, level-headed, and he kind of had a philosophy going too. I would love to see something like that, not just like destroy like Calamity Ganon. Now on to some gameplay mechanics I would like to see change. Now I don't have a lot of these because gameplay is not really my forte, I guess, but there are things I would love to see improved. Now I was gonna put weapon not breaking, but then I thought about it, and a lot of people seem to like it, and you know, it does keep you on your toes. So I would love to keep the weapon durability, but in the same note, I want there to be something where you could repair your weapon. I want there to be kind of a forging system where you could take traits from one weapon and put them in another weapon. You know how they did it in Hyrule Warriors, where you just mash them together. That would be awesome. And more inventory space, because that did play a role in how annoying the weapon durability is. Just standard inventory space for the weapons and a better forging system or upgrading or repair system for the game. So keep the durability, but make it where having durability is not annoying, if that makes sense. Yeah. So the next point I want to make is more dungeons. I don't like the shrines, to be honest. The puzzles are like annoying, and I just didn't vibe with them. Now there can still be shrines, but conventional, you know, dungeons would be really nice. So with all that being said, those were my ideas. Tell me yours in the comments below. If you liked the video, hit that like button. And if you like my channel and would love to see more, please hit that subscribe button. I would appreciate it. You can follow me on Twitter at MandyleePlays. I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of the day. And as always, play a good game. Peace.